Hey everybody. So it's happened. We're in SHTF. How do we know it's SHTF? And how do we know what to do if it is? Right? There's been a few a couple of YouTubers got together and did a video all at the same time on top 10 things to do when the S, H, and the T and the F happen. And they're really, good to get people thinking about what would they do and putting your priorities and things in line, right? Obviously, it also depends on, is it immediately happening to you, or is it a distant threat that is imminent? There's so many variables that go into the top things you need to do when it does go down, right? Always, first and foremost, needs to be, get some light here. You have to secure yourself, your body, and persons, right? Your security has to be paramount and continue from there on. It should be a daily activity already. But in particular, when those things happen, depending on what the event is, the security of yourself and your family and persons you're aligned with, and then property, all has to be taken first and foremost as a priority. And if you have a tornado on top of you, or a hurricane coming, or the Chinese are falling out of the sky, or earthquake, or anything, your security, your physical safety is going to be paramount first and foremost. And those of you you're in charge of, to make sure they are physically safe, your kids and whatnot. But that's when we get into the problem of calm. As I sit right now, I am miles and miles away from anybody. And if I don't have the ability to communicate, you will not know what their status is, or if you can affect their security, or if they even know what's going on. So that can be a problem to be able to, but you can't put all your effort into finding those things out without moving on to the next step, without moving further down your plan, down your actions, depending on where you are. You may be in a place that it is more important and prioritized that you have to get home. Like if you're at work and it happens, you have to get home. If you're at home and by yourself, you have to figure out how everybody else is going to get home. Do they know to get home? So that physical security, getting accountability for people, and that everybody knows, right? And ensuring that physical security is going to be crucial, and establishing communications, not only with them, but within your group, within your allies, within who you're compatrioted with, and who you're working with, your group, whatever you want to call it, is going to be key to not only getting accountability, but ensuring that everybody's aware. You spread the word. You spread the news, if you will, is going to be, I think, second in almost all cases, so that they can affect their own security and their own plans. And you can activate plans internally. Getting that communication and spreading the word is going to be very important up front, I think. But then you go into really getting into the nitty-gritty, I think. And paramount is going to be water. You have to secure a water supply. Either secure the one you have, gather and catch water as you think you need it, figure out where you're going to get water, or secure what you have. Secure your water supply. Is it secure? Is it safe? If it's a nuclear fallout, chemical issue, suppose there's a chemical train that overturned, and there's a big plume coming. Can you secure your water? Can you secure a means of having water? This light's going to keep going in and out. It's so much for smart vehicles, right? And next after that is securing your food supply. Where is it? What is it? Is it safe from the threat? Can you secure your food supply and what you need? Secure as much of it as you can, right? There's potentially that you can't save it all. Like if it's a tornado, you can only secure what's in your shelter that you're going to, potentially. Really, that's, priorities of action, right? Taking that and moving with it. And then I would go into securing your physical perimeter around your property, stepping it a layer out, adding additional layer of security that you have established the physical aspects of all these things. Then you push that security perimeter out as far as you can initially to deal with a threat. You know, if you've got that hurricane coming, you put the panels over the windows, you push out your safety and security measures that you can. If it's a different type of threat, you know the deal. You got to in place vehicle barriers, personnel barriers, everything else. Getting that perimeter and set up a routine. You're going to have to set up a routine of that to make sure you can maintain it with those that you are aligned with those that you're working with, internal to family or not. And then you're really going to get into, I think, a cycle. You're not even going to go through a top 10 list. You're going to have to assess the situation after that. You're going to have to assess what's going on. Is it continuing to be a threat? Is it getting worse? Is it getting better? What do you have to adjust? And adjusting the measures you've already taken and acting on that information and setting a priority of what you're going to do after that. So really, I don't think you get into a top 10 if you think of it holistically, as in things that work in every course of action and every threat so that it's applicable when the time comes. You have those things you have to do. You have to assess your physical security, ensure it right off initially, get accountability of everybody and everybody you're with, compatrioted with, spread the word, get those communications up, and securing the things that you need. And then setting a priority of work after that, after you go down all that list. But go check, I'll put the links below to the original videos. They're really good to get you thinking about what your priorities are and what you think your top 10 are. But I wouldn't even go into a top 10 until you go in, I'm down at number 7. And as you continue to assess the situation and move into your OODA loop, you observe, orient, decide, and act. As you go into your OODA loop, you're going to be continuing to do that from there on out, as long as the other things remain the same. And really, you don't even need a top 10. So I'd come down to 7. So that's just my thoughts on those. Go check those videos out. Get you thinking. They were really well done, humorous, entertaining, all the things you don't find here on this channel. But y'all be good out there. We'll talk to you later. Comments below. Let's hear if you got more than 7. If you really think you need more than 7, live free.